Hey, good morning, everybody. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus. It is Thursday, December 16th. So God bless every single one of you. Hope you have a great day today. It is a beautiful day. There's a lot of weather going on. I know y'all know about the Northeast snowfall, but I'm going to show it also for U.S., also for the Bahamas, Cuba, and also I'm showing that Jamaica. You're going to get a little bit of temperature drop as well. And a little bit of temperature in the South is cold if you ever lived in the South before. Now, if you like what I provide, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell and click all so you get notified whenever I have the newest information out. And let me get on with what I'm talking about. If you know, I've been talking about this for the last few videos now about what we're about to have around Christmas time. Now, if I go through just the temperatures drop, just to show you the temperatures that's going to be changing soon. And this is for the entire US first, and then I'm going to bring it for everybody else. I just want you to know what system I am talking about. Now, we're going to be going through some cold spells. We're going towards a positive phase, but then it's going to be a negative phase where these cold temperatures are going to drop deep south, and they're going to be coming in from the north. Uh, I'll show you just one second. We're almost there. I know those are cold temperatures, guys, but that's not even what I'm talking about. Now, this cold air is going to be moving in from the west, and it's going to be bringing some low pressure systems that is going to be forming over the U.S. But these cold temperatures in the Midwest that are shooting down from Canada are going to make it all the way south. Now, this is on Christmas Eve when these temperatures are going to be coming. This is the same storyline that has to do with the system that I've been talking about. And you can see how deep south that it brings negative temperatures, uh, especially in Minnesota. Also, let's see. Yeah, you get some also in Iowa. You get 7, 9 degrees. It gets really cold, guys, with this blast. And I've been trying to wake you up a little bit to it, and y'all want to wait for it to get a little closer. And I totally understand that because I know how these models can be when it's such a little bit of time away. But this has been consistent for a few days now, guys. And it gets down to 1 degrees, even colder in northern Minnesota. Now, as we get closer, we'll get a little more accurate as far as what these temperatures are going to do and where it's going to be at. But I will be trying to go quick because I do have some information that I want to share with y'all. You can see, look, it's down to 13, 12 degrees for many people in Ohio Valley. Not to mention 2 degrees in the Northeast. That is really cold. But as you get even further, you'll see that it gets even colder for the South, especially for Florida. Let me show you that real quick. Here's the system that we're doing now. This is the winter storm Gale. We'll be moving out. It's still dropping snowfall. But then it will be moving out. Now, as we move along and see what's going on with the next few patterns that we will be having, a lot of it's going to be in the north, but a lot of systems is going to be forming in the south with some rain. And there will be a little bit of snowfall that will be dropping. It will be for just northern, maybe Indiana will get some of that, but mostly it'll be northern Ohio, Pennsylvania, and then it'll go up to northeast a little bit. And we're only talking a couple inches to maybe 3 inches of snow. So it's not going to be a big snowfall with that event. What's going to be coming next, as you notice, you have the low pressure system that's going to be forming right off of Florida, and that's been showing consistent as well. And there's going to be another system that's going to be coming from the northwest across the central U.S. and it's going to meet up in the northeast, and it's going to cause problems as well. And I do show it has a big potential to become maybe another nor'easter. Now, if you look on Christmas Eve, you do see that some snowfall is starting to come down as well as some freezing rain, and it's going to be more of an inland effect. The one that you see off the coast, this isn't going to affect anybody. It is going to meet up with this system, but it's not going to affect anybody directly. But as you see, the snow will be moving to the north and the northeast with this system, and then it grows into one big system for the Northeast. And you can see the isobars, they're very close and tightly wound. And it's going to be a wind gust event as well. I did show a while back that it is going to be uh, a East Coast wind event. And I'm still showing that still. And it does strengthen as it goes to leave on Christmas Day. So it's still a Christmas storm, guys. It has not changed. I've been showing this for a minute, and it's been consistent. Now, if we go all the way to the 22nd of December, you can see right here on the Euro model that we do have an anomaly of a low pressure system over Florida, and then we have the one moving over central U.S. And this is showing already at a 998 millibar. Now, as it moves over to Midwest, you'll see that when it gets to Christmas Eve, that it actually forms up together with this system uh, that's moving off the East Coast. And this one's already at tropical storm strength at 995 millibars. But when you see the next shot, you'll see that it meets up, it becomes one huge system. And this is for the entire East Coast. And it's been showing this for a while. Placement is a little different, but it's still there. And you see on Christmas Day, it goes to a 987. Then it goes to a 979. That's hurricane strength, guys. That is still showing there. You can see the wind field with it. It becomes a very big system, and it strengthens on the way up. 976, 972. Look at those winds. And then it goes down to 968. It gets very strong system as it goes away. Now, if we look at the winds and see what's going on, this is at the 850 millibar height. This is right around 3 to 5,000 feet. This is our first anomaly system here. You can see it here turning clockwise. And you can see the deep trough that we're going to be getting right around that time. Now, this is right on the 23rd of December. And as it moves up, you can see how deep it goes. It goes all the way down to Louisiana and Florida and dips very cold. And it's going to put cold temperatures down here in the Caribbean. Also, about Bahamas, you also have anomaly as well. And then you can see the winds. Look at these winds. It becomes one big tightly wound system. It gets some dangerous winds towards northeast. I actually show that those can get almost up to 70 miles per hour. Let me show you that real quick. This is the northeast. This is according to the Euro model. This is on Christmas Eve. You can see that the system starts to get together and it brings very heavy winds. 40, 50 miles per hour wind gusts. We even got a 68 in there. And if we keep on going, you see it does stay strong and keeps on going. It is a good system. It brings a lot of winds, guys. Now, if we go over first to see what's going on and we look at the 500 millibar height, and if you look through the euro does show that right around the well in it pretty much in the 20s is when we can start to expect this. It is a little uh, different from model to model, but if you look and just see right around the 21st, and some show the 22nd, so it all depends, but definitely in the 20s, guys, we're going to have a pressure system. You see it here. It does move out. And it does go to the East Coast, and this is showing just like the original Christmas hurricane video that I made. And then you see the cold air blast that does reach all the way south. It starts in the Midwest, and then it goes all the way to the south. Deep trough that's going with this, and it's going to bring some cold temperatures. It's really cold temperatures. And as you can see, it strengthens on the way out to the northeast, and that's a strong system. Now, if you look at the UK Met is also showing the same anomaly. It's showing that there's going to be a small pressure system that's going to break off in the south, and it's going to move to the east coast. And you can't see as far, but if you look on the west coast, it shows that the deep trough starts earlier than the Euro. The Euro don't show that it starts that early. It shows it a little bit later. So if it starts earlier, this can go even further south, guys. Now here's your velocity potential anomaly. If you remember, I told you right around Christmas time that we looked like we had another velocity potential anomaly, and I'm still showing it. Now, if you look down here, if you've never seen this before, this shows the whole world. And this area here, 60W, this is on the East Coast or the Caribbean, and the 120W is the West Coast of the U.S. And as you can see, it's not as strong. Like say this here, they're still having issues with cyclones over there. Now we don't have those no more. Ours used to look like this over here, but it does show that there is some kind of weaker system that's going to be starting on the West Coast, and it's going to start in the early 20s, and then it's going to move to the East Coast of the U.S. and it's going to hang around for quite some time, all the way possibly to the first of the year. So this could be a little earlier, or this could drag on a little bit. So if we look at the low pressure system and go with the Euro first, you can see that we have winter storm Gale moving out. And then as we go forward and get into the 20s and see what's going on, we do have a system moving over the Midwest a little bit. And that's the one that might bring a little bit of snowfall. That's going to be a couple inches for people. But as we get towards the 22nd and 23rd, you can see that the low pressure system meeting up in the central U.S. You can see the one off the coast, and as it moves together, it becomes one big pressure system. And if you go by the sorry, if you go by the CMC model, not a CMC model, when you get into the 20s and see what's going on according to them, they still show that the Midwest will have a pressure system come by and it will bring cold air and some snowfall, but it will be light snowfall. But the CMC model shows that also on Christmas Eve that there is a pressure system that does go way far south, and this is Christmas morning, and it gets very strong as it heads to the northeast. Now 979, even 986 is a hurricane strength millibars, so that's going to be hurricane force winds that could be possible with this as well. And it gets down to 975 to 967. This thing really gets strong, guys. So we need to keep our eyes on this. We need to stay on top of this for sure. Now, if we look towards the snowfall rate, according to the CMC model, this is the snow that we're going to finish getting from Winter Storm Gale. And then as we get towards the 20s, okay, that's a little bit of snowfall that's going to be dropping. That low system that I told you is going to pass by. It's going to drop 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. As we get into the 20s, though, and you see what's going on with the next system, you see it goes really kind of far south. It does bring some snowfall to the lower states than what it showed for the further north. Now this is on all the way to the 27th when this cold air is going to be coming behind this system, and you can see the possibilities for the snowfall uh, over here in Tennessee, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama. It's very low. We never seen it that low in quite some time. Now, if we look at the Euro model, you can see what you're going to get left from a winter storm gale. Then we're going to get the couple of inches that's going to come by. And it's not showing it's going to be as much for Indiana, but it's still showing that Ohio will get some, Pennsylvania will get some more, and the Northeast will get a few more inches. But it still shows that it will go south with this snowfall for this next system. But it's not showing as far south. That gray is just 1 inch of snowfall for Alabama and Georgia. And honestly, with the temperatures right below it being warmer, you probably won't even see that. It'll melt before it even comes down to our level. But it does show that some snowfall will be falling. So we got to keep our eye and see what's exactly going to be going on with the storm. If you are watching, guys, and I know I know you are, we all watch each other. You need to make a little more in-depth story about that snowfall and see what's going on for everybody. I'd watch it. Now, if we look at the millibar change, okay, this is according to the GFS. I'm trying to bring you every information I can. Now, if we look at the millibar change, you'll see that the temperature drop is in the blue, and they'll start to come in from the Midwest. They'll get a temperature drop, and this temperature goes all the way down to Cuba down here. And I know that y'all been feeling kind of cold, but in the next few days, even Jamaica down here, you can see that it does change. You're actually warmer right now than what it's going to be in just a few days. Okay, it's also passing, look, northern Bahamas, Cuba, and also all the way down to Jamaica. Y'all gonna be getting a temperature change that's gonna be coming, and it's gonna last for a while. It's gonna warm back up right around the 20th because y'all gonna be getting weather a little later than what we get over here in the States. And I do show that right on in the 20th, that system does get a little strong off the coast. So we have to keep our eye on a few things as Christmas comes along. But you can see again, this is Christmas Eve. The system moves along. It's bringing all this cold air very far south. And once again, it reaches all the way down actually to Dominican Republic for the temperature change. And I will show those temperatures. Just give me 1 second. I just want to make sure I go through every piece of information for you. And there you go, even further south. So there's a lot of cold weather coming, man. We need to stay on top of it. Now, this is the 23rd. This is your temperature anomaly. This is the cold air blast that's going to be coming from the north. And as you can see, it's pretty strong. It puts a lot of people in the teens, in the 20s. It brings a lot of people into the negative temperatures. Look at that. You see that? -7, -8, even stronger. That's -15 right there. The -30 you see up here, that's way up here. That's not what's affecting the U.S. And then as we go along, you'll see that these cold temperatures move all the way across to the northeast. Stretches way down south I mean, way down south. Look at South Florida in the 30s. I believe y'all even going to be in the 20s. Northern Bahamas, you're going to be in the 50s. That's very cold for the South to be in the 50s, guys. Now, if you look at the Midwest and see what's going to happen with these temperatures on that day, here's a date right here, the 23rd. You can see how cold this is going to get. This is going to bring negative 15 degrees and negative 18 degrees for northern Minnesota. And right here, just in Milwaukee, we're going to be at 12 to 15 degrees, but around us is going to be 1 degrees, 2 degrees. This is a very cold blast that's going to be coming, guys. This is some very cold Arctic air. Looks like the worst is going to be right on Christmas Day. Be negative temperatures leaking all the way down. Look at that. -1, -3. That's very cold. And that's 2-meter temperatures. That's surface temperatures, guys. Now let me show you what you're going to be getting. You can also see northern Bahamas in this shot as well. That way the south can see exactly what's going to happen with this cold front that we're going to be getting. It's going to get warm. It's going to get cold throughout the days. But as we get closer towards the 23rd, you can see the date right here, and get towards Christmas Eve, is when you see this blast is going to just come down south, and it's going to reach pretty far south. Look, it's putting everybody in the central U.S. into 11 temperatures in the teens. And then Florida even gets all the way into the 30s. You see that? All the way into the 20s and 30s for Florida. That is very cold, man. Now the GFS to see what's going on with temperatures in the Bahamas. You can see also right here, Bahamas. You got southern Florida, parts of Cuba. You can see as well. This blast goes all the way down, and you see how it puts them at -1, -2. Well, this is Celsius. So I'll show you that in just a second. But y'all get down to 12 and 13 degrees in the Bahamas, and it gets to a steady 14 to 16. Now, if you go to the Celsius to Fahrenheit, 11 degrees is 11 degrees Celsius is 51, and just a steady of the 14 puts you at 57 degrees. Now, for Florida, for the -1, if we just say 1, that's 30 degrees, but you saw it, you're going to be in the 20s, so that's going to be very cold. If you show also, let me show you the for Florida so you can see it come along. Here's the 30s. Now, as we get into the 20s, preferably right around Christmas Eve, but the 22nd is when it's going to start moving south because 40 and 50 degrees is very cold. But you're going to start getting that cold temperatures moving in on the 22nd. It's going to warm back up, and every night it's going to be cold again. But when you get to Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, that's what this is right here. It'll start come all the way down to Florida where you're going to be feeling 28, 29 degrees. This is very cold temperatures. Northern Bahamas, you're going to be 54 degrees. It's going to get very cold for a minute. And this is right after Christmas, guys. This is going to hang around for a good minute. If you go over also Cuba, uh, also Central Bahamas, also Jamaica. You can see you're at 21, 22 degrees Celsius right now. But as the temperatures change in this, and we get close to this cold front, especially Western Cuba, you get hit a couple of times with cold weather. But when you get closer to Christmas, y'all a little further along, so it takes a little bit for the temperatures to hit y'all after it hits us over here in the States. But here it is moving in on Christmas Day, and it goes all the way south to Cuba. That's cold. 11 degrees. That's Celsius. That's very cold temperatures. That's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And also Jamaica, you also get down into the 20s. I can't see all the way how this affects you all the way because it runs out of time, but it does blast towards your way. So be aware, Jamaica, that these temperatures are going to get even colder for you. Now, this is your wind gusts, guys, so you can see exactly what's going on with the winds with this system and what's to come. Jamaica, I'm not showing that these winds are going to be affecting you. That's why I didn't put you in the shot. But I'm gonna press play so y'all can see exactly what's going on with these wind gusts. The orange is 40s, the red is 50s, the pink is 60s, and that purple you'll see is hurricane force. That's 70s and 80s. Now, I don't want this video to be too long. I know it's probably long enough as it is. So I'm going to continue on my scripture for tomorrow, but I never want to leave my brothers and sisters without the word from our Father. ever. So God bless every single one of you. Hope you have a blessed day. Hit that like button if I helped you in any way this morning. 1 Corinthians 13. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I have nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doeth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For what we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part. But then shall I know even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three. But the greatest of these is charity. Amen. God bless you all. Hope you all have a great day. I appreciate you for coming and see me today. All glory does go to God. Amen, guys.